Hello and welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. Today, I want to give you some empowerment and encouragement if you are wanting to be intentional as a singer and really take singing more seriously, but you struggle with the idea of being an artist and feeling like a real artist. I want to let you know that you're being a singer, you're wanting to use your voice in one way or another through singing makes you an artist. I want you to know that if you are a singer, if you are someone who is intentionally using and sharing and growing and developing your voice, you are an artist, right? You are creating art. And honestly, this is a concept that I have found hard to accept. I felt like, oh my gosh, like I'm not really an artist because I'm just like singing songs. Like it's not real art. Like it's not like what is it? What difference does it make? And even if I was an artist, like are the arts even worth investing in? Are the arts even worth, giving time and energy? Like how is this useful? I waited so long, too long, really, to acknowledge and to own my artistry as a singer. And I don't want you to make that same mistake. And even if you have waited a long time too, I want you to know it's not too late. You are an artist. We as singers, we need to own our artistry. We need to own our artistry. The reason I feel like we don't maybe feel like, okay, first of all, we don't feel like we as singers are real musicians or real artists is that we feel like it comes too easy sometimes, or it feels too natural. Like we've been singing since we were young, like it's not a big deal. Or I don't write songs, so I'm not really a real artist or creative or musician. That's one limiting belief that I have had actually. And I still struggle with it now that I'm like that I am songwriting and learning more about that. And I remember like I'm in a grad program. If you guys don't know, I'm studying music and music education currently, finishing my master's. Yay, I'm going to be finishing this year by God's grace. And I'm taking it's a program at Columbia University in New York. And so I it's a hybrid program. So I take classes online and then I go in person over the summer, right? So some of you guys might remember I took a big break last year from the podcast because I went in person for my grad program last summer to New York, and then I had my wedding right after. So I was crazy busy that summer, as some of you guys might remember. But during that summer, I remember I was in class with other artists, other musicians, and I was like so excited to be like in these classes. And one of my classmates, who is also a vocalist, also a singer, mentioned like, I've always felt like as a singer, I'm not a real musician. I don't know where that limiting belief came from. And as soon as this person said that, I completely resonated. I was like, oh my gosh, me too. Like I've always felt like man, I'm a singer, like I sing, but like I'm not really a real musician, right? And therefore I'm not really a real artist. Anyone else, like, have you ever felt that way too? Do you feel like you're not really an artist? But what we discovered and what we discussed is that that's a limiting belief, right? That's not true. Like, if you are a singer, you are musical in a way that no one else like if you are like intentionally using your voice you're musical and creative in a way that is so unique because and at the same time not because anyone can sing, anyone and everyone can sing. Like you can use your voice if you have the ability to use your vocal folds, to utilize your vocal cords, then you can sing. However, because it feels so natural to us, sometimes we underestimate it and we look down on it, right? And we don't take it seriously. But I want you to know that it is worthwhile. And it's such a it's such a creative thing to be able to make music from your body, from your like these little tiny folds in your throat. Like it's amazing. That is an amazing gift. And once you understand that from there, I want you to then realize that you are a musician and an artist because not only are you creating sounds connected sounds from these little folds in your throat, but then you're creating words, you're creating sounds that are impacting people, that are touching hearts. Even if it's the heart of your daughter that you're singing to, or if it's the heart of your friend who you're singing happy birthday to, right? You're sharing your voice in a way that if you hadn't opened your mouth to sing those notes and those words, it wouldn't be shared. So I want you to know that your use of your voice, you using your voice to sing, makes you an artist because you're creating something that wasn't there before. Before you open your mouth to sing, no one had heard you sing those words and those notes in that exact way. But then you open your mouth and you sang, and there you go. You've created something. Not only that, but as singers who are, those of us who are intentional about singing and taking singing seriously and growing, not only are you just singing notes, but now you can start to really, really grow your artistry. Once you begin to take action and growing as a singer, you can begin to grow your artistry. That means learning how to ad lib, right? Learning how to add musical riffs and add musical, little decorations, right, with your voice, right? Instead of just singing la 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 la, right? You can sing la 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 la, right? Holding out a note, crescendoing, right? We have so many different ways that we can make certain notes and pitches that would seem so ordinary that we might even just be like, okay, you're just singing like happy birthday to you, right? Okay, those are just a few simple notes. But you as a singer, when you own your artistry, you can then say, oh no, I'm not just singing notes, which that in itself is already a beautiful act just to sing those notes, right? But not only that, but I can actually use and incorporate even more artistry by singing, adding some riffs or adding some crescendo, some dynamic changes. Happy birthday to you, right? I'm recording this in the morning, so I have not warmed up and my voice is not, it's still in like the lower space, and that's okay. But like, that's what we can do, right? We as singers, we can change the way that people hear those notes, and we can change the way that we communicate those notes. And so that I can sing to you, instead of just singing Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound, right? I can decide to expand on certain notes. I can decide to grow certain notes, to change some aspects of the melody that might be so common, to do a little something different. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound, right? I can decide to add some vibrato. So there are so many ways that we as singers underestimate our artistry. And I just want to say no more. No more. Your ability to sing is worthwhile. It can really impact people. And I want you to start to recognize that for yourself and decide that, you know what, I'm going to own my artistry as a singer. I'm going to incorporate more creativity into how I sing. So I'm not just going to think that, okay, I'm singing and, it's whatever. But no, like I can actually make someone smile with this song, right? I can truly make someone think differently in the way that I express this, in the way that I crescendo here, in the way that I decrescendo, which means to get softer, right? Get quieter here. And the way that I hit this note with a little bit more oomph, with a little bit more emphasis or accent, right? There are different things that we can do to show that we are truly artists. Okay. And this matters because sometimes we undercut ourselves and we think that, oh no, it's selfish for me to even want to grow as a singer, to invest in voice lessons for myself, to invest in taking time to practice for myself. Like that's not worthwhile. No, it is, because you are an artist, which means that you can use your gift of the voice of singing to impact someone else. Okay. So I want you to know that. I want you to hold on to that. And I want you to go forth with that encouragement, with that empowerment that I am a singer and I am an artist. I want you to come to the Sing Confidently course because I am doing the sale just for this week. If you are listening to this podcast, and maybe if you're in my email list, I might share it to my email list too, but it's pretty much only for podcast listeners that if you join the course this week before the price goes up, you can get a free voice lesson so that you can really explore this artistry, so that you can really take action on your development as a singer and truly, truly embrace the fact that you are an artist and your voice matters. Do not delay. Do not put it off for one more second. Like I said, I waited too long. I waited a long time to take action on my own artistry as a singer. I still battle fear and procrastination, right? When it comes to performing and, songwriting. I still deal with that myself, right? But I had to decide to take action. I got into voice lessons. I got into dance classes. I started auditioning. I decided that I needed to take action if I really believe that I want to be a better, more confident singer. If I really believe for me that I wanted to pursue singing and performing professionally, I had to take action, right? And so if you are wanting to be serious as a singer and really build confidence as a singer, not letting another day go by where you aren't feeling confident in your voice, I want to invite you to join the course. I would love to see you there, and I'd love to get to do a free voice lesson with you. So you can go to creativelybyestelle.com/course and sign up there this week before the sale ends. And I would love to work with you. But you guys, I want you to just hold on to the fact that you are an artist and your art matters. Keep singing. I'll talk to you later. Have an amazing day. Thank you so, so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so, so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.